What is up YouTube? James Baek here and welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. Today we will be using this Mega Sceptile team again with Tyranitar Escadrille, Mega Sceptile, Thunderspherian, Tapu Fini, and Hitmontop. Let's get started with some games, but this team, pretty fun overall. It does, I feel like, struggle a lot against certain things, like Hard Trick Room. If you haven't checked out the last episode, I highly recommend checking it out. But yeah, I don't have a Trick Room answer. And that was like something I really disliked about my team building, because it was, to me, it felt really weird. Because I felt like I wanted answers for Trick Room, I wanted answers for Rain. There were like a lot of answers that I just felt like this team couldn't accomplish alone. Like, people have been asking me, why do I use Tyranitar plus Escadrille? And I feel like the main reason I use the combination, Tyranitar Escadrille with like Mega Sceptile, the main answer is I wanted a Pokemon to help against Lele, which I felt like was the weakness of Sceptile plus an electric type, because Lele can be a huge problem. And with Sand, Escadrille can outspeed like a Scarf Lele and just knock it out with Iron Head. Oh, are we really going against Hard Trick Room? 2 battles in a row. 2 videos, 2 battles in a row. That's actually kind of insane. Why does this world hate me? The world definitely hates me. Gonna go Tyranitar Hitmontop. Have Fini in the back. And I'm thinking Escadrille is the last Pokemon, since it's help against Mimikyu and Bulu. This is gonna be a tough one. To be honest, Hard Trick Room is not a matchup I like playing with this team. I really don't. It's like semi-Trick Room, I can handle it. I can stall it out maybe. This team, its whole reliance, it looks like it's Trick Room. It looks like the team Andrew Nowak and Missing Null used at regionals. And yeah, it's gonna be Staraptor and Musharno, which is probably the lead I would expect on this team. And yeah, here we go. Z Trick Room is gonna be annoying to deal with. Well, we do have Fini actually, so not the worst case. Yeah, not the worst case. Not the best case though. It's alert to my close combat. What? I thought Forewarn was alerts you to super effective at moves. Okay. I'm gonna Rock Slide. Fake out the Staraptor. You might say with Staraptor, usually Staraptor is just like a lead to get up Trick Room. You could switch out into Bulu, which could be a potential play for my opponent. I'm not sure if you risk Darkium Z though, so I think you. It's actually tough. If I do have Darkium on this team, I don't know what my opponent does. You're gonna switch out, okay. Into Bulu. Okay, I like that play a lot. You cover the Darkium Z on it. Okay. Luckily, I don't have Darkium, so I'm playing mind games with my opponent right now. I get a Fake Out off. Get a crit, doesn't matter. I Rock Slide. Just hit the Staraptor, good. Now I can't Final Gambit me. Although close combat into Woodhammer is looking very threatening to my team, I'm guessing my opponent's last Pokemon is Camerupt. I have to find a way to get past my opponent. I think I just protect Tyranitar. I just don't know if Escadrille outspeeds Staraptor, to be honest. Well, let's see, base 167 times 1.5. What's Escadrille speed? 140. I should outspeed it. I'm gonna protect and sack my Hitmontop here. If he Brave Bird, I guess that's pretty good for me actually. Let's see here. Close combat into the Tyranitar and a close combat. Ooh, I'm faster than, well, yeah, I'm faster than Tapu Bulu. Probably on this team, yeah. Makes sense. Knock out the Staraptor. Goodbye. I hope my opponent trades my Hitmontop for that Pokemon. Okay, nice. One hammer gonna come out, knock out my him on top. Now I think it's gonna come down to me making some 50-50 calls. Because I'm gonna go into Escadrille here. Tectonic Rage Assurance should knock out Musharna, but the problem is, do you carry Protect or Ally Switch on Musharna? Oh boy. Warn. Alert to Earthquake. Because I'm not sure. If you protect Bulu and Trick Room, that's really bad for me. But if let me see. Because I want to Iron Head Bulu because I feel like I can handle Musharna with my and Camera Up in the back with my Feeny. I really want Tectonic Rage, but at the same time I really want to Iron Head. Maybe the optimal place to Rock Slide here. And Iron Head. Maybe my opponent thinks I'm going to double into Musharna has Protect. Although I don't think Musharna's carry Protect. Okay, but my opponent's Tapu Bulu didn't Protect. Okay. So that's really good. I get rid of Tapu Bulu. That monster is gone. And I Rock Slide just in case this play didn't work out. So I try to get a flinch. This maximizes my odds. Gets to trick him off, which is okay. Feeny does win this. I just need one of my Pokemon alive. I think that Pokemon would be Tyranitar. Actually, I really like my spot here. If Camera Up's the last Pokemon, which I'm pretty sure it is. Mimikyu, I'm pretty sure I auto win. Yeah, Camera Up. I'm pretty sure you're just gonna Heat Wave and Hypnosis. I'm gonna protect Tyranitar, and I'm gonna try to, I guess, get rid of Camera with Tectonic Rage. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to get my free switch into Feeny, so I can get the Misty Terrain up. Having the Misty Terrain up is gonna be huge. Although, how many turns of Sand are left? I guess that's also a problem. Alright, Camera Up to Mega Evolves. Tyranitar protects. Let's see what my opponent's gonna go for. Hypnosis into Tyranitar, and I'm guessing Heat Wave for Earth Power. Eruption, okay, that's fine too. So that's gonna knock out my Escadrille. I get a free switch into Feeny. I can click Muddy Water Assurance, and actually what's cool is, since I'm max speed on my Tyranitar, I can, well, not max speed, I'm close to max speed. I can Muddy Water Assurance, and that should knock out Musharna because of the fact it's doubled in power. Because I'll hit Muddy Water before, because Tapu Fini is going to outspeed my Tyranitar in this Trick Room. So if Camera protects, I'm in a really good spot here. And as long as I hit Muddy Water on Camera, if it doesn't protect, I should be good for the game. So I'll go for Assurance and Muddy Water here, which is always my play here. Let's see. Oh, does that KO Feeny? I don't know if it does. No way, Feeny's bulky, okay. Don't miss. I can't afford to miss here. My heart always pounds when I need to hit a Muddy Water. Okay, so I get rid of Camera Up. Do I knock out Musharna with Assurance? I do, okay. Nice. So that also covered if my opponent protected, went for a Psychic into my Tapu Fini, and then tried to Helping Hand Earth Power to knock out the Finis as well. So I think it covered basically every single play that my opponent could have gone for. So, big turns. My opponent expecting the Darkium, which is, you know, something I tried maybe. Well, I thought if my opponent assumed I didn't have Darkium, this game could have gone really differently. But luckily, my opponent thought I had Darkium and just made the safe play in a Bulu, which I do agree with. Like, I understand why he made it. Luckily, it worked out for me because I was just able to get the damage on Star After, weaken it, and then my opponent didn't get Trick Room out, which was so big, and I was able to get rid of Bulu. Like, that turn where Bulu also... Like, I think there were a lot of crucial turns. I think the big turns were first turn, and the point where Bulu didn't protect. I think my opponent was like, okay, if we double up Musharna, and I'm not able to get Trick Room up, And I'm gonna trade for probably your Escadrille, I would assume. Actually, I don't know that. Well, then Bulu would survive, and then yeah, can would hammer through my team. But I'd probably be able to outspeed. Well, if you have a 50% barrier, you could probably hang on and live attack. So maybe that's the end game my opponent was thinking of, because I'm pretty sure my opponent would expect me to bring Feeny in that game. So it was like, okay, I'm gonna trade a Pokemon for a Pokemon, and then hope Bulu can 1v2 or 2v2 with my camera up, even though it's not doing much. Hope that Bulu can somehow pull through the game. I think that was basically my opponent's thought process. But anyway, yeah, that was a game I was not expecting, but luckily just ended up working out really well. If my opponent did try to get Trick Room up, one Rocks, I had a chance to flinch, but I was really just going for the Staraptor just to prevent it from going for Final Gambit in the game. Later in the game, as 1608 rated player from Japan, and yeah, Staraptors usually always run Scarf on that team. Why are we facing another Staraptor? What? This team is actually really cool. It kind of reminds me of a Sinnoh Classic team, if anyone has played the Sinnoh Classic, which they released a Ultra Sinnoh Classic, but the original Sinnoh Classic was a doubles tournament, and the Ultra one is a singles tournament, which kind of pissed about, because why? Why would you call it that? I'm fine with the format if it's singles. If you want to make a singles with Sinnoh, fine. Just don't call it the Ultra Sinnoh Classic, because that got my hopes up, and then they were shattered when I found out it was singles. Okay, back to the game. Let's see. I wonder if it's Trick Room Gengar, because that's what I'm assuming. I think I'll go Tyranitar Hitmontop here. I think Feeny and Escadrille are in the back. Thundurus could do okay in this matchup, but I don't feel it. Escadrille helps against pretty much everything. That Z move is going to be really important. Let's see what my opponent decides to do. I also don't know. I think it's Trick Room Gengar. The problem is I probably can't KO it. I don't think Assurance is definitely not going to KO it. I feel like after the Intimidate. Staraptor Gengar. So my opponent is going to go for Trick Room mode, it looks like. Trick Room Gengar used to be a thing back in 14. As well as a bit of 15 and sometimes 16 even. It was a pretty interesting mon. Because, you know, Gengar's really fast. Base 110 speed, but we'll see how this goes. I definitely want to fake out Rock Slide. Because, one, it prevents... I also kind of want Assurance right away. You know what? I'm going to Assurance right away. Just for the damage on the Gengar. Fake out the Staraptor. It's actually going to hard withdraw. And a Garchomp. Okay. It's not expecting that. Mega Gengar. Oh, please tell me it's... please, is this either Trick Room Mega Gengar, or is this team just bluffing Trick Room? Okay. I don't know what's going on now. Get a fake out. I'm trapped in, which really hurts. Especially if this is Groundium Garchomp, which it definitely can be. If it's Groundium, I'm in a really tough spot. My opponent made a really good turn 1 play. I honestly didn't expect Garchomp. I thought it would be Bombasnow and Heatran. Okay, this game got a lot harder. I go for a Wide Guard here, and I think I go for Assurance for damage. And I'm guessing it's a Tectonic Rage. If it's Tectonic Rage, I can't stop it. Gengar gonna retreat. In a Staraptor. Oh, well, yeah, that avoids Earthquake, actually. I'm guessing it's an Earthquake here. Okay, that works. Because now I can switch. Which is really important. And I get damage on Staraptor, which helps against Final Gambit stuff. It's Stomping Tantrum. Oh, yeah, that's usually... Jeez, that did a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna get an Assurance off into Staraptor. I kind of... Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Assurance is gonna do a decent amount. By decent, I mean nothing. I feel like if anything, you're gonna... I don't know what you're gonna do. Are you gonna Brave Bird to him on top and just Stomping Tantrum again? I feel like the play is to go into Feeny and just sack my Tyranitar. So I'll Rock Slide here. I just don't know what you're gonna lock yourself into. This seems really interesting. But let's see. I definitely don't want to take a Brave Bird. I was thinking going hard Escadrille, but I don't want to take like a risk of my opponent going for like Sami Tantrum or Earthquake on that play. So Brave Bird doesn't do much to my Feeny. I am bold. This team. And it's just Sami Tantrum again. So I could have went hard Escadrille, took like no damage, but I think this is alright. It's Scarf, yeah, it's Scarf Star after. It outsped Garchomp unless that's like well, I guess I can't confirm that. I mean, I'll go into Escadrille and just Tectonic Rage, and I think Scald the Star Raptor slot. I don't think there's like... The problem is I did lose my Weather, though. I actually have a Muddy Water I can throw off, and Tectonic Rage. Covers pretty much every switching. And I will throw off my Z move here. If I can get rid of Garchomp, that's beautiful. If my opponent switches out, very smart play. But yeah, I'm very far behind and I have to make these kinds of plays. So I'm just going to hard switch into a Abomasnow. And then protect Garchomp, and then I'm... Yeah, very smart. Very smart. Yeah. I was hoping it was AV because I'm just not sure what Garchomp's run. Like, the only sets I've seen in 18 are AV Stomping Tantrum on Garchomp. So you can bypass Wide Guard and stuff like that. Okay, at least Tectonic Rage puts in range of Moonblast, which is like the one good thing I have here. And Muddy Water is going to get Chip on the Abomasnow. Just kidding. I'm not going to get Chip. Or break its potential Focus Sash. I think it is Focus Sash Abomasnow. Okay, I'm going to Moonblast. Protect. Does that mean Garchomp is a Z move on this team? I think I might live Earthquake from my opponent just because I'm bold Feeny. Maybe a better play was to go into Hitmontop, but I don't want Hitmontop weakened just yet. Pretty sure it's like a Grass type move gonna go into Feeny, and then this team has been strange. Ah, but you're even gonna switch that out too. And a Staraptor, very nice call. Now I regret not switching out Escadrille going to Hitmontop. Like, my opponent's been outreading me. I just haven't figured out what his team did, and by the time I did, it's too late. It's Scarf. Wait, it's not Scarf Star after this entire time? It was Scarf, Abomasnow, and you're like Adam and Garchomp? I guess that's why Stomping Tantrum did a lot more to Tyranitar than I expected, but still. I do think I lose to... Maybe if I crit the Garchomp in close combat in the end game, maybe I have a chance. Are you gonna withdraw Staraptor? Are you gonna make me look like a bigger fool? You know what? I'm already down like so much. I at least want to make one read if I can. Yeah. Gengar? Yep. I made one read, people. I finally found something. Too bad it's been too late. Wait, you're just timid Abomasnow. Okay, it is Scarf Staraptor. I wasn't crazy. I didn't KO the Gengar though. I do have a shot now, maybe? I'm gonna feint Iron Head the Abomasnow. Hope I can crit maybe and knock it out. Escadrille should be faster than Abomasnow. Get an Iron Head off. Gengar shouldn't be able to pick up a KO here. Let's see. Flesh Bomb and Hitmontop. Okay, survive. Iron Head. I do KO the Abomasnow even at -1. Okay. So at least I'm making it look like a game now. Gengar survives by 1. That's not good though. If I want a shot, I needed Gengar to go down that turn. Faint crit the Staraptor. And then hope I crit a close combat or an Iron Head or whatever into a Garchomp. I mean, how many turns of Hail are left? Last turn, so Gengar's not even gonna go down this turn. I gotta go for a crit feint. Hope. Yeah, there's not much I can do here. Unless I crit feint, and then Escadrille's faster than the Garchomp, but that's gonna be a good game. Close combat, gonna go out into my Escadrille, pick up that knockout. Dang, this team was... Wow. I just don't know what to say. It was cool, and it was really weird to figure out. Although this actually does bring me back. This brings me back to like old VGC where it was actually they like to run a like max speed of Abomasnow. I actually remember it in 2015. This brought me back. I ended up facing like a lot of Timid and a lot of Scarf Abomasnows before Worlds, and I think I did face one at Worlds. I faced at least 2. That kind of brings me back. The problems were, I guess maybe I went too hard thinking it was Trick Room, and then it just ended up not being Trick Room. Because I honestly had no idea what to expect from that team. I thought it'd be Trick Room, and then it reveals probably not Trick Room at all, to be honest, because I don't think that team had Trick Room to be. It just ended up being like max speed of Abomasnow and just a Staraptor. That's cool though. I really think Staraptor is a really underrated Pokemon. It did actually get top 8 at Dallas recently, and a lot of high caliber players have been using it because Final Gambit's a really cool tech because of the fact you can trade your Staraptor for like a really threatening mon on your opponent's side for sweeps. Also, Intimidate, Scarf allows it to outspeed Ludicolo in Rain, and then you could Brave Bird, knock out the Ludicolo, which is really nice, as we find our opponent from Spain, 15-13 rating, as our last opponent of the day. Bring the team of Milotic, Venusaur, Marowak, Bronzong, Lele, Zapdos. Does everyone hate me, or why am I facing like Trick Room or Trick Room looking teams? I don't know. There's no Intimidate on my opponent's side. Tyranitar Escadrille does really well in this matchup. I don't have a good answer to Venusaur at all. Like, I honestly don't. I'm gonna have to rely on like Escadrille or Tyranitar maybe. Don't think Feeny is good. I think Sceptile in the back could be good. And I think I go Thunderous. This is gonna be a weird game again. I'm not sure about this game. Cause like, if you're gonna go Bronzong, that's already pretty difficult for me to handle because Bronzong, I don't even know if Iron Head and Insurance will knock out Bronzong, and if you lead Bronzong, it's probably Bronzong Marowak, and that's going to be problematic for my team in the first place. Zapdos Venusaur. Okay, so my opponent identifying that Venusaur is definitely good in this matchup, which it definitely is. But if I weaken Venusaur early in this game, I'll take it. I do have Tectonic Rage for it too. But I don't think Tectonic Rage in the Rock Slide knocks it out. It's a Venusaur. So, I don't think you Heat Wave immediately. I think Iron Head is just a safe play in a Venusaur and Dragon Dance. I don't have Feeny, so yeah, I can't cover anything really. I'm gonna Iron Head. Wait, it's what? I just say in normal form. What? Slowing in my Tyranitar, so Escadrille and Sand still outspeeds it. It stayed into Giga Drain, my Escadrille. I'm honestly not sure about that turn. I'm honestly not sure. Did my opponent forget to Mega Evolve? Does my opponent not have the Keystone in game? Or is that just not a Mega Venusaur? Gonna Rock Slide and Tectonic Rage. That should allow me to knock out Venusaur. Really strange turn 1. It is Mega Venusaur. Maybe my opponent just forgot to click the Mega Evolution button. Well, I guess it makes sense. Because it's kind of hard to tell like if you Mega Evolved or not. Alright, so I don't mind wasting my Tectonic Rage here because it is here for this Venusaur. I'm not going to get it off against anything else. Well, maybe Marowak, but like, I'm pretty sure +1 Assurance into Draw or Iron Head should knock out the Marowak. And I'm not even sure if my opponent brought Trick Room at this rate, which is really good because Trick Room is something I don't think my team can handle. So, Tectonic Rage into the Venusaur. Does knock out Venusaur, so I should just get a single target Rock Slide in the Zapdos. Heat Wave, that should knock out Escadrille. I don't think it does. Yeah. Oh, that's a pain. That's a pain of Lele's in the back for sure. That's an absolute pain of Lele's in the back. Oh, no, 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 no. I need Escadrille for the Lele, and Lele should be in the back 100%. I'm gonna go Sceptile. It's Bronzong and Lele. Okay, unless this is Specs Lele, it shouldn't be able to touch my, it shouldn't be able to knock out my, Tyranitar. So I think I'll go for a double up into the Bronzong. Is it fast? Is Sceptile faster than Tyranitar normally? No, I would have to Mega Evolve. I'm gonna Mega Evolve, go for what's stronger, Energy Ball or Dragon Pulse? Energy Ball is okay. I'll double up the Bronzong. You have to be Specs in order to knock out Tyranitar, and even then, I'm not sure Specs knocks out Tyranitar, to be honest. The problem is I see you Moonblasting here, but in order to get the Assurance damage off, I need to be faster. I'm faster than Lele. Okay, is it a slow Lele? Moonblast does come out. Who does it target? It's going to target down my Sceptile. Okay. Oh, the gladly take that. Then I Assurance into Bronzong. That's gonna knock it out. That's why I like Assurance on the Dragon Dance T-Tar, because even though Crunch would be better, to be honest, in some scenarios, like Mega Sceptile's faster than Tyranitar, can get that. Like, it's why we run Assurance on a Scarf Tyranitar, because, like, you know, Mega Salamence can still outspeed it. At this point, I should have the game locked up because I should be able to knock out Lele with Sludge Bomb and Assurance. And yeah, I don't think there's a way my opponent can win because I just get to click Sludge Bomb twice. Or Sludge Bomb into Assurance once. So I get the Sludge Bomb off in a Lele. Doesn't pick up the knockout. And then Moonblast's going to come out into Tyranitar. Are you Specs? Find out. Okay, it wasn't going to KO. Okay, so yeah, my opponent really didn't have an out unless you crit. I think you had to crit the Tyranitar, and you had to go for Moonblast on that turn instead of targeting down my Sceptile. So Assurance gonna be on knockout Lele. That's gonna be a good game. I don't know. I don't know. I guess just my opponent forgot to Mega Evolve turn 1. I mean, yeah. Luckily, Escadrille wasn't necessary. I mean, it kind of could have made Lele scarier. I don't know if that was Specs damage or not. If that was Specs, I guess it didn't matter. If it had potential to be Specs, could have maybe mattered. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. Really interesting teams we faced. But yeah, my game plan was basically Tyranitar, Escadrille. Hope Iron Head and Assurance can knock out Bronzong, which I'm not sure. But I mean, Tyranitar's really strong, and Assurance being doubled in power after the opponent's been hit earlier in the turn, I feel like it would have done a lot still. Just not sure if it would have KO, to be honest. But, I mean, it did do a lot of damage. But luckily my opponent didn't lead it. Ended up bringing Venusaur or Zapdos. And luckily just Venusaur wasn't able to do much damage to my team. My opponent got Tailwind up, but the Tailwind really didn't end up mattering, to be honest. Because Escadrille was still able to outspeed the Venusaur and Zapdos under Tailwind. I got the chip damage I needed onto the Venusaur. I got the Dragon Dance up. I was able to Tectonic Rage, Rock Slide the following turn. And then, yeah, like, Lele Bronzong in the back. Tyranitar kind of just soloed it really, and Fundus Farian could have potentially won. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in today's episode of VGC 2018 Back-to-Back Battles. If you did, please leave a like down below if you did like it to show your support, as well as you can check out the description down below for a bunch of stuff, such as my social medias. Follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, etc. Follow me on Twitch for live streams 3 times a week. And you can also check out the playlist down below if you missed the previous episodes of VGC 2018 Back-to-Back Battles, as well as the side series on this channel. You can check out a paste spin of this team down below if you want to go try it out. And yeah, feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for tuning in today's episode, and I'll catch you around in another video.